All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to our coverage of Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Milwaukee Bucks at the Phoenix Suns. Going to be a pivotal Game 5 tonight. As the series is now tied 2-2. We saw it, uh, I believe it was Wednesday night. The Bucks evened up the series, won both games at home. So that's why I say it's going to be very, very pivotal tonight, because I think that if Phoenix doesn't win this game, and a lot of people do, if Phoenix doesn't win this game, this series could very well be over, and the Bucks could have their first NBA championship in over 50 years. Because I think the home team is going to win every single game this series. I think it's going to go 7 games if the Phoenix Suns win tonight. So there's a lot of pressure on the Phoenix Suns tonight to defeat the Milwaukee Bucks. Excuse me. A lot of pressure on the Phoenix Suns to defeat the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. Because again, if they don't, I think that the Bucks are just going to steamroll over the Suns in Game 6. Because a lot of it has to do with home court advantage. Give me 1 second here. My mic came unplugged. All right, I think we're good now. So, um, yeah, because a lot of it has to do with home court advantage and the crowd, because both of these cities go absolutely nuts for basketball, especially since Phoenix is looking for their first championship ever. The Bucks are looking for their first championship in 50 years. So these crowds have just been amazing at these games, and they play a really, really big factor into the outcomes. So that's why I say it's a must win for Phoenix tonight. And for Phoenix to get the W, you need to have Chris Paul play a big game, because Chris Paul has had 14 turnovers over the last 3 games, hasn't been playing as well as he should in the NBA Finals. He's averaging 21, 8, and 3 in these NBA Finals, which is a little low for him. But I think tonight he goes for 35 plus. I think tonight he has a big game in front of the home crowd. He gets the Suns back on track. The Suns lost the last 2 after winning the first 2. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this crowd is going to be electric tonight in Phoenix, and we'll just have to see what's going on. We are experiencing some weather where I'm at right now. Was a severe thunderstorm warning. So hopefully everything holds up for the broadcast. If it doesn't, the broadcast might cut out. I don't think that will happen. But if it does, we'll probably have to end the broadcast early. Hopefully that does not happen, though, because this is going to be probably the most important game of the series, and I'm excited to bring the coverage to you. So they're getting ready now. Just some pregame stuff. Coverage can be found on ABC or YouTube TV for this game. I cannot show the game. I, however, can call the game and tell you what's happening live, although I might be a little bit delayed. So Phoenix has had 3 NBA Finals appearances since 1993. Or first since 1993. They've had 3 NBA Finals appearances, 0 titles. So maybe this year they can break the streak. Another big factor going into tonight is going to be Chris Middleton, because every game that he's scored over 30 points, the Bucks have won, so they're undefeated in the playoffs when Middleton scores over 30 points. But he's such an unpredictable player, because he could have a great game and then a bad game. So we'll have to see what he does. I think if Middleton has a big game, the Phoenix Suns are in trouble. I think the Suns need to get out to an early lead, and they need to, stay hot all game long, because they had a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter Wednesday, and they blew that lead. So anything's possible. I mean, the Bucks have found their gusto. John Mark in the chat, what's going on to you? Thanks for joining the broadcast. Always great to see you. And thank you for the support. If you want to check out some great sports content, go ahead and tune into my show once a week, Sports Talk with Ryan Stout. I'm going to be taking a break this upcoming week, and I'll be back next week. But check it out on all podcast streaming platforms. Sports Talk with Ryan Stout. You'll get your latest in sports there, as well as Crunch Time Sports Show hosted by John Mark Stivers and Fuel to the Fire hosted by Landon Hammonds. Three great channels for sports content. And remember, only play-by-plays are going to be on YouTube and Facebook. For my play-by-plays, you can find all of my podcasts on all podcast streaming platforms, whether that's Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you want to tune in. John Mark in the chat, give me your prediction for tonight. I want to see what you think. I said that it's a must win for the Suns, and I think Chris Paul goes 35 plus. Chris Middleton doesn't score over 30, and the Phoenix Suns get the W tonight. Suns winning in a close game, says John Mark Stivers. I agree. I think it could be very close because I said a few moments ago if the Suns don't get out to an early lead, that this is going to be a very, very close game. It's definitely the most important game in this series, which is, I'm glad I got to call this game, being that it is the single most important game all series, without a doubt. So we're 3 minutes away from tip off, it appears. John Mark, you think it goes 7 games if Phoenix wins tonight? Yeah, me too. So John Mark and I are about the same here. The Suns get the W tonight. It goes 7 games because I think there's no way that an away team can win one of these games with the crowds in these arenas. The crowds are just electric, and as they should be. I mean, we're looking at a team either getting their first NBA championship or a team getting their first NBA title in 50 years. So, phew, something special going to happen this year. You see all the fans out there. That is the Deer District out there. Game 5 there outside in Milwaukee. Thousands and thousands of people, just a sea of Milwaukee Bucks fans there getting prepared for tonight's game in Phoenix as tip-off is just a few moments away. John Mark in the chat says he loves it when fans count when Giannis is at the free throw line. Yeah, expect a lot of that tonight because Giannis is away, and the Phoenix Suns fans are definitely going to be counting while Giannis is at the free throw line. Of course, that being born from Giannis's slow. I don't even know what to call it. He likes to take his time at the free throw line. I think one time he took 20 seconds before he actually took a free throw. So a lot of people actually say that's detrimental, John Mark, because with these fans counting, it makes him shoot faster. It makes him like set up and like want to take the shot faster. When he's at home, he's more comfortable and he can like take his time and he shoots a lot quicker on the road from the free throw line, which causes him to miss more. But I think it's hilarious too. It's like they're getting in his head. DeAndre Ayton 3 for 9 in game 4 loss. He needs to do a lot better tonight. He needs to shoot the rock more. He needs to be a deciding factor because he should not be only making 3 buckets a game if he's a starting center. Giannis Antetokounmpo, they said that he is the front runner for Finals MVP if they win the championship because I'm pretty sure Finals MVP goes to a winning team. Earlier in the playoffs, the Nets got fined for putting a stopwatch on the Jumbotron when he was at the line. That is amazing. I don't think they should have gotten fined. I think that's really, really funny. A stopwatch. That's funny. I mean, he's gotten called a couple times for a free throw violation for not shooting the ball fast enough. They actually used to put didn't they used to do those if you were watching it on TV, they would put a Giannis clock and it would say Giannis's free throw and under it they would start a ticker. The NBA is ruthless. What can I say? And so are these fans. They are packed in the Phoenix Suns arena tonight. Tip off just a few moments away. Devin Booker in game 4 had 42 points. He was definitely not the issue in game 4, but that man next to him needs to step it up. Chris Paul needs to play like the veteran that he is. And tip off is just a few moments away. I'm ready. I'm hyped for this game. In game 1 of the first round against the Heat, one of the assistant coaches timed it and got the 10-second call. Yeah, I believe it. You don't know what the opposing crowd's going to do with Giannis at the free throw line. Chris Paul, 14 turnovers over the last 3 games. What will happen tonight? Will Chris Paul's drought continue, or will he show up and bring the Valley their 3rd win in this NBA Finals? Needless to say, this is going to be a very, very entertaining game to watch. If you like high-paced, high-scoring basketball, this is a game for you. Entertaining matchup, to say the least. So Chris Paul in the last 3 games, or actually in game 4 alone, had more turnovers than the Milwaukee Bucks had all game. Again, guys, it is coming across my screen that there's some weather warning for my area. So if we do get some severe weather and the broadcast cuts out, I do apologize for that. I'll do everything in my power to get it back on, although I do not think that should happen. They're just replaying some of the stuff now from game 4. But man, this crowd is already hyped up, ready to go. They're showing that block from Giannis last game. I don't know what everybody's talking about this being the best block in NBA history. It was good. I don't think that block is nearly like the best block in NBA history. It can't be. There's got to be I'd have to go into the NBA archives and try and find a better block because I guarantee you that there has been some better blocks than that. I mean, LeBron's was pretty cool when he blocked Iguodala. That was a pretty hyped up play. But I think it's completely unfair to call Giannis's block the best block in NBA history. Bam's block last year is pretty cool. There you go, John Mark, over my man Jason Tatum. I hated to see it, but it was a good block. Yeah, see, LeBron's was 10 times better. You know why? Because Giannis didn't have to chase him down. Giannis just basically stood there. But Bam's was pretty cool last year too. That was a highlight play for sure. As much as I hate to say it, over my man JT. All right, so I think they're taking one last commercial break, and then tip off should start. You thought it would be a goaltend? I didn't think so. I thought that was all ball. Yeah, I thought that was when he got that block, I thought that was all ball. But that was definitely the turning point in the series because that series won 7 games, if I remember. Yeah, I think it went 7 games. All right, so we're just waiting for tip off to start, and then I'll start doing my play by play. They are on a commercial break right now, so. But I honestly don't know what's been going on with Chris Paul, John Mark. He's been something's up with him. We'll see if he can turn it around tonight. Oh, the NBA draft. That's this month. That's a couple weeks. July 29th is the NBA draft. I just said. Cade Cunningham's probably going to go number 1 in my opinion. I'm hoping and I'm praying that my Celtics get Luka Garza in this year's draft. Would love to see him in green. Jalen. I think you mean Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is underrated, but Cade's number 1. Yeah, Cade Cunningham's number 1. I don't think Jalen Suggs is underrated though. I think Jalen Suggs is like properly rated. He's definitely a top 5 pick. Because Jalen Suggs, like, he was a big factor for Gonzaga. Oh, there's someone named Jalen Green who played for the G League. Oh, who's protecting a top 5. I thought you meant Jalen Suggs. I'm sorry. All right, so they're doing their promo. It's just getting started now. Getting ready for tip off. The Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. That was pretty cool showing him with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Sky Hook. And of course, we have Chris Paul, the Phoenix Suns. Probably the best Phoenix Suns point guard we've seen since Steve Nash. It's amazing though, because the Suns haven't been in the playoffs in 10 years, and the year they make it back, they go to the finals. I predicted they would go to the finals too. And I predicted that they would win and Chris Paul would get his first ring. So a little pat on the back for myself if that happens this year. I'm halfway there. Or no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I predicted that it would be Suns Nets and that the Nets would win in 6. That's right. I'm sorry. So I got a half right. All right, we're getting ready for tip off now from Phoenix, Arizona, the Valley. Man, thousands and thousands of people in Milwaukee, the Deer District, and they are going nuts out there. The Milwaukee faithful hoping for a road victory for their Milwaukee Bucks. Can they get the job done and force a game 6, or not force a game 6, send it to game 6 up 3-2 in Milwaukee? Can Milwaukee obtain the edge here? Or will Phoenix take another home victory? Try to win a championship on the road in game 6. We do know that there will be a game 6. It is now best of 3 between the Bucks and the Suns, tied 2 apiece. Who gets the upper hand? We're about to find out as the starters are being listed at the bottom of your screen there. And we are getting ready for tip-off. Game 5 of the NBA Finals. I haven't been this excited for a game since Game 7 in 2016 and Game 6 in 2013. I believe it, man. This is going to be hyped. This is going to be a hyped-up game. I would say that the fate of the finals rests on this game right here. This is gonna tell you which way the finals is gonna swing. Winner of this game, I think, wins the series. And the tip goes to the Bucks. Giannis gets it to Jrue Holiday, who's going to work on Chris Paul at the top of the key. Of course, we know Jrue Holiday is a great defender. He gets a pick from Giannis early. Jrue Holiday for 2 from mid-range, and he'll knock it down 2-0. Milwaukee early. With a hand in his face, Jrue Holiday knocked that down. Chris Paul now. Of course, we know he needs to have a big game, and there's a turnover. No, that's going to go back to Phoenix. A sloppy play right off the bat from Chris Paul. So maybe his woes continue. Devin Booker now guarded by PJ Tucker. Booker's going to drive in, take a mid-range shot. No good. Rebound. That's Tucker with the rebound. Penetrating up the court. Gets it to Giannis. Giannis guarded by DeAndre Ayton. Giannis from the mid-range. Won't go. It's a rebound by Mikal Bridges. And he gets that to Chris Paul. Back to Bridges. Bridges is going to step out of bounds. And that's going to go back to Milwaukee. LeBron James in attendance tonight. His movie Space Jam just released yesterday. Jrue Holiday working on Chris Paul. Gets a screen. Back to Middleton. Middleton gets a screen from Lopez. Lopez down low. Trying to draw a foul. And they're going to call that a travel on Brook Lopez. I didn't see it well enough to see if he took more than 2 steps. But it will be Suns possession. Full court press on Chris Paul. Jrue Holiday guarding Paul now as Paul takes it over half court. Paul to Ayton. Ayton to Booker. Booker for 3. Won't go. Rebound by Giannis. Looked like a bit of a forced 3. Giannis screens for Tucker. Middleton drives in on Ayton. Back to Lopez and a fight for the ball. They're going to call it a jump ball. Jay Crowder. Relentless with Brook Lopez. MJ's Space Jam is better than, 100%. Thank you, John Mark. I've been saying that for a while. I will not watch LeBron James Space Jam because I already know that MJ's is better. 100% MJ's is better. That's a classic movie right there. Chris Paul driving in on Jrue Holiday. DeAndre Ayton. I think they're going to call that a foul, and Ayton will go to the line. A foul on Brook Lopez. First foul of the game. But yeah, John Mark, thank you for saying that. That is some astute analysis of movies. We'll have to talk about that on my next podcast because MJ's Space Jam, it's a great film. Ayton knocks his first free throw down. Oh, you have? Okay. I really don't even want to see LeBron James Space Jam. I don't like remakes of like movies. I don't even know if it's like a sequel or a remake, but I don't tend to like remakes of like classic movies like that. But Michael Jordan's was really good. And I didn't really care for the trailer either of the new one. So I didn't that's another reason I didn't really want to see it. Jay Crowder for 3, he knocks it down. 5-2 Phoenix with 9 minutes left to go. Jay Crowder, former Celtic, he knocked it down from way past the arc. Middleton working on Mikal Bridges, gets a screen from Giannis. I'm sorry, that's PJ Tucker, who's now working on Mikal Bridges. Tucker drives in. Tucker for 2. No good. Rebound Giannis. Giannis floater goes. 5-4 with 9 minutes left. And Ayton puts it in. It's a remake. Took 25 years between the two films. See? That and the fact that I didn't like the trailer that's 2 reasons enough to not see that movie. And Booker gets a steal. 7-4 right now with 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Booker and the Suns are off to a run right here. Paul gets a screen from Ayton. Paul to Crowder. Crowder to Booker. Booker working on Middleton. Booker drives in for the layup. 9-4. Booker takes it home. Strong to the rack. Drew Holiday to Giannis. Gets it low to Giannis. Giannis guarded by Ayton, trying to push his way and play a little bully ball. He gets under the rim and gets it. 9-6. Giannis playing that bully ball early. Mikal Bridges takes it up quickly to Ayton. Ayton to Booker. Right into a screen. Booker to Ayton. Ayton loses it. That's a turnover for the Phoenix Suns. Drew Holiday on the other end. Looking at Tucker. Tucker for 3. No, that was Middleton. My apologies. Middleton nailed that to tie it up 9-9 with 8 minutes left. Gets a screen from Crowder, does Chris Paul at about the half-court mark. Now you have a mismatch. You have Drew Holiday and Jay Crowder at the top of the key, a mismatch. Paul kicks it out to Crowder. Crowder for 3. Oh, he's on fire. 12-9 Phoenix. Jay Crowder knocks it down again. That man has got a hot hand early. Drew Holiday gets a screen from Giannis, and that's going to be a turnover. Booker on the other end. Jay Crowder again. And he'll score. 14-9. Jay Crowder early, hyping this crowd up. These fans are loving it from Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder lives for the moment, and it'll be a timeout from Milwaukee. Jay Crowder getting the job done. And that's what they need out of Chris Paul tonight. Jay Crowder is playing how Chris Paul should play tonight. If Jay Crowder hits his threes, his team's winning. 100%. And you know what, John Mark? If that's any indication, that dude's got a hot hand tonight. Keep feeding him the rock. I knew it. And you know what, John Mark? I knew it when I saw it at the top of the key. That mismatch between Drew Holiday and Jay Crowder. That's what you keep having to go to right now. If Jay Crowder's got the hot hand, you got to feed it to him and get a mismatch through the pick and roll. And this is what I said, too. If Phoenix needed to get out to a early lead, a strong early lead, And here, speaking of Space Jam, we're seeing a trailer of Space Jam right now. John Mark, what was your assessment of the new Space Jam movie now that you've seen it, though? It was okay. They violated Lola Bunny, though. If you had to give it a number out of 10, because I was gonna say if it was half decent, I shouldn't have said that I don't want to see it at all. I would see it if it was on TV. Like I wouldn't go to that's not a movie I would pay to see. I wouldn't go to a theater and but if it were on TV and it was like a last resort movie to watch, I'd watch it. 5.5. Yeah, see that tells me enough because I give MJ's Space Jam a solid 8 out of 10. That was a good movie. You know what's funny too? I used to own Space Jam on DVD, and the first time I ever watched Space Jam, I had no clue who Michael Jordan was. I was there for Bugs Bunny. I had absolutely no clue who Michael Jordan was. I thought he was just some actor. Shame on me. Shame on me. Then again, I was like 3 or 4. Because I got into basketball when I was like 4 years old. After the '08 season. Or during the '08 season, really. All right, we're back. Drew Holiday. After that Milwaukee timeout. 14-9 with 7 minutes left. Middleton working on Mikal Bridges. Drew Holiday working on Devin Booker now. Sort of a mismatch here. Booker's a little bit bigger, but Holiday gets the mid-range shot. 14-11. And oftentimes you do see that. Oftentimes you see a team score directly off of a turnover. They draw up some sort of play. A floater by Paul on the other end goes. 16-11 now. Giannis working on Ayton. Backing him down. A little bully ball. Kicks it out. Middleton for 3. No good. That's a brick from Middleton. How about the ESPYs, though, when they violated Ben Simmons? When they said he was building orphanages solely out of his playoff bricks. There's a stoppage of play. Chris Paul goes down. I think they're going to call that a blocking foul. John Mark in the chat says, the first time I watched it, I was babysitting in the people's house at like 100 plus movies. I just picked one. The rest is history. Yeah. Yeah. But you knew who Michael Jordan was, right? At that time? Like I'm saying I was like 3 or 4, so I had absolutely no recollection of who Michael Jordan was. Devin Booker gets a screen from Mikal Bridges. Pat Connaughton is now checked into the game. Booker from the mid-range fades away and gets it. 18-11. Phoenix up 7 with 6 minutes left in the quarter. Halfway through. Giannis working on Ayton at the top of the key. Giannis is going to drive in, kick it out to Connaughton. Connaughton for 3. Oh, he knocks it down. 18-14. Yeah, see, I was a bit younger. I had it on DVD for some reason. That was like the first time I watched it, but I was like, I thought he was some actor. But again, that was like the year I got into basketball. So I was a big 3 from Connaughton. 14-18. Is the momentum going to shift here? Chris Paul Gets it to Ayton. He almost looked like he was going to screen him there, but Giannis is guarding Ayton now. Gets it to Devin Booker. Here's a mismatch if I've ever seen one. Giannis guarding Devin Booker. He gets a screen. Now it's Connaughton on Devin Booker. Booker for three. He knocks it down. Booker with the answer. 21-14. Chris Middleton working on Mikal Bridges. Middleton. Oh, that's a hard screen from Giannis. Giannis driving in on Ayton. A little bully ball. Giannis puts it up and in. 21-16. Giannis has, I believe he has one miss so far. I almost said he didn't miss from the floor yet. Paul looking at Ayton. Oh, what an alley-oop early. That is the epitome of Chris Paul. That is vintage on Chris Paul's part. What a pass. Wide open Chris Middleton. Misses. Ayton to Paul. A little bit of a hard check there from Giannis to Paul. And that is Booker being guarded by Teague. Booker inside plays a little bully ball of his own. 25-16. 4 minutes remaining. This crowd is going nuts. Jeff Teague to Middleton. Middleton to Mikal Bridges. Oh, that's a steal by Mikal Bridges. He's going to get it to Booker. Giannis on the other end. Oh! Giannis trying for a hard foul. Almost looked like he tried to grab Booker and throw him to the ground. He missed him, though, and Booker got the dunk. They're going to call that a foul. Giannis goes flying into the crowd, and Booker stares him down. That could have been disastrous. We see Giannis trying to pull Booker away from the net. Looked almost like a dirty play from my perspective, and Booker just stares him down. I mean, he tried to pull him right off the rim. He wanted to commit the foul, but Giannis goes into the crowd. I don't know. They could call this a flagrant. They could call this a flagrant foul. This play is going to be under review. Yeah, John Mark says flagrant and a half. I agree. I think this is at least a flagrant one. It has to be at least a flagrant one. I mean, you can't try and like pull somebody off the rim like that. I'm get it if he's trying to commit a foul, but like that's any time that it could have ended in injury, because Devin Booker could have gotten seriously injured if he wouldn't have hung on. PJ Tucker upset on the bench trying to rally his teammates. They're going to call this? I don't have my audio on. I can't hear the game. I'm trying to figure out what they called it. Almost a flagrant. Okay, so they just called it a typical foul, which I am surprised by. That should have been at least a flagrant one. Easily at least a flagrant one. Bobby Portis looking like he's going to get checked in here. I cannot believe they did not call that a flagrant foul. That was such a dirty play by Giannis. There's a screen from Ayton. Paul to Crowder. Crowder. He's got a hot hand early. 28-16. Deadeye from the top of the key. Jay Crowder, get that man the rock with the hot hand. 28-16. And Bobby Portis will get checked in, it appears. Ayton goes to the line. They called that a foul, so the bucket did not count. 26-16 is the score. Game 6 will be on Tuesday. Game 7 Thursday, if necessary. So, we will have an NBA champion by Friday. By next Friday, we will have or by this coming Friday, I apologize, we will have an NBA champion. Teague He is guarded by Cameron Payne, I think that is. Portis for 3. No good. Oh, and that's Connaughton that went down over the back of Booker, it looked like. They might call that a loose ball foul. Oh, that's a flop and a half, though. Giannis driving in on Ayton. Middleton. And it's going to go out of bounds, possession to the Bucks. 4 minutes remaining in the first. Giannis. Oh, there's a wall of people around him. He's going to draw a foul. That's a shooting foul. And get ready, folks, because we are about to hear this crowd count. It has become infamous in these NBA playoffs, the opposing crowd counting while Giannis is at the free throw line. How long will it take for Giannis to shoot the rock at the free throw line? Get ready. I'll see how long it takes on my end. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're at 10 seconds. See, he's shooting it early. He's shooting the rock early. This crowd has had an effect on Giannis every time he plays in an away stadium. Their counting is actually working and making Giannis shoot the rock early, causing him to miss more free throws. At 10 seconds, he takes another shot, and he makes the second one. Oh, no, he didn't. That's an offensive rebound, though. He missed it, and they got the rock back. Screen from Giannis. Connaughton to Middleton. Middleton from the outside won't go. That was a terrible shot. Cameron Payne on the other end. And that's a block. And they're going to call that a foul on Giannis, I believe. They're going to call that goaltending, it looks like. See, now, John Mark, I think that was a better block than last game. If they called that a block. That's a chase down. That's a hype play right there. The Heat started the trend. Yeah. It's so funny. Oh, there's a steal by the Suns. Suns on the other end. Devin Booker from the mid-range. Won't go. Offensive rebound. Mikal Bridges for 3. Oh, yeah. Mikal Bridges knocks it down. The Suns out to an early lead. Two minutes, 58 seconds. The Suns are up 16, 32-16 right now. Yeah, Torrey Craig in this series gets a ring no matter what the outcome. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. I'm going to be right back to call the rest of the action after the commercial break. All right, we're back. That was like Dion Waiters last year. Yeah, he did play for both teams. That's right. So Torrey Craig, really doesn't matter to him who wins this series. He's getting a ring either way. I'm sure he'd like the Suns to win, though. How many of these State Farm commercials are they going to make with Chris Paul? My word. Again, guys, I do apologize. I am behind. Just found out that I'm very behind for most people, so I'm calling it as I see it on my screen. Do you think he could go in the Bucks locker room and celebrate, though? Not a chance. Not a chance. That's why I'm saying I'm sure he would like the Phoenix Suns to win so that he can celebrate a championship. All right. Finally back. KFC making buckets play of the first quarter, and there's that man again, Jay Crowder, with the hot hand early in this first quarter. Jay Crowder making it happen. Suns up 16 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Holiday gets a screen from Portis. Holiday guarded by Crowder, who's back in the game. Giannis gets it to go and one. And he's going back to that dreaded free throw line. Oh, no. Monty Williams shaking his head on the bench. Didn't like that play. Giannis is playing bully ball. Once you get a big guy that can defend him in the paint, it's over. Because Giannis can't shoot. But the crowd definitely going to have an effect on him again. There's a shot. And he misses. He misses his third free throw. I'm telling you, this crowd is taking a toll on him, making him shoot the ball early. On the other end, Cameron Payne. And it's going to be Milwaukee possession out of bounds on Cameron Payne. Drew Holiday. To Bobby Portis. No, that's Jeff Teague. Giannis, who's guarded by Torrey Craig. Doubled now by Cameron Payne. Inside to Portis. Portis kicks it out. Connaughton on the outside drives in. Gets it to Holiday, who's going to put it up. And no good. And there was a collision on the court. Bobby Portis down. Cameron Payne down. Cameron Payne remains down. Ooh. Payne took an elbow to the face. And then Portis just landed wrong. Oh, no, he tripped over Cameron Payne. Okay. Who's bench player that's a key for both sides? Who's a bench player that's a key for both sides? For the Bucks, it's definitely Pat Connaughton because they need to get him shooting the rock. And if he has a big game from beyond the arc, that's a big factor. And for the Suns, it's definitely Cameron Payne because he has been playing very, very well. 32-18, 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Payne drives in to Ayton. That's another turnover for the Phoenix Suns. The Bucks trying to get out on a little run. Giannis out to Connaughton. Connaughton for three. He knocks it down. I'm telling you, and like I just said, John Mark, if Connaughton gets hot early and he gets on a roll from beyond the arc, it could be trouble for the Phoenix Suns. There's a screen. Giannis now guarding Booker. Down low, there's a mismatch. Ayton and Portis, watch for that one. But, Booker's going to hold on to the rock and take the two over Giannis. 34-21 now with a minute 20 left in the first quarter. Drew Holiday backing down Cam Johnson, I believe that is. Giannis for three, no good. Horrible shot. I don't know why he's doing that. He cannot shoot. He's got to play bully ball. Giannis is going to force the ball out of bounds, and it will be Phoenix possession. What a shot by Booker, though. I could have sworn he was going to try and get it into Ayton at the mismatch there. But Booker, another amazing shot. He's guarded by Connaughton. Now he gets a screen. He's working on Portis. Drives in. Oh, kick out to Torrey Craig for three. I'm going to start calling Torrey Craig the ring man. Gets a ring no matter what. Jeff Teague now. Working on Cameron Payne. Teague off a screen. He's going to drive in. And no good. Rebound by Cameron Payne. And Devin Booker across half court is going to be guarded by Connaughton. A rebound by Connaughton to Holiday, to Jeff Teague, back to Holiday. Holiday drives in. Layup. No good. Rebound Payne. And that is the end of the first quarter. 37-21 Phoenix is where we are at. And by far the player of the first quarter, hands down, was Jay Crowder. Did not expect that, but Jay Crowder, hands down, the player of the first quarter, in my opinion. I'm going to be taking a break at halftime again. My word. Jay Crowder, though. Getting the job done. What do you have? Like 10, 11 points in that first quarter alone? Let me put it to you this way, all right? Jay Crowder had 11 points in that first quarter alone. Jay Crowder's averaging 11 points in these finals. Jay Crowder is averaging 11 points, 1 assist, and 8 rebounds per game in this finals. So he's already over average for his points in one quarter. Look for a big game from Jay Crowder. And if the Phoenix Suns are smart, if Monty Williams is smart, he'll get the rock to Jay Crowder. All right, we're back. Phoenix Suns, they're going to show their greatest hits. Paul Westphal, I think that's how you pronounce it, reached the NBA Finals. Charles Barkley, of course, one of the great Phoenix Suns. John Mark asks, what gave me the idea to start a podcast? So that's a very good question. So I want to, when I go to college, I want to pursue sports information and media, which is basically what I'm doing now. Broadcasting, podcasts, public relations, anything like that in the sports world. So what I thought was October of 2020, I started doing TikToks before I made a podcast. And I had the TikTok app for a while, and I saw these people were doing like predictions, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. That might give me like some practice. So then what sparked from the TikTok was, hey, why don't I start a podcast and get ahead and practice these skills that I want to obtain for a future career? Because my ultimate goal is to be working for a sports team, whether that be in the front office, whether that be, obviously the big dream is to broadcast and be on the radio or do a podcast or call a play-by-play live game or be like an analyst of some sort. That's the big dream. But what's cool about the major that I want to do in college, which being sports information and media, is that not only does it cover the broadcasting aspects, it can get you prepared for a front office job for a sports team, which I'd be very happy doing as well. Just, because I love sports. So that's really what gave me the idea to start a podcast is, getting that practice in so that, I have experience to show when I start, I don't want to say getting more serious about it because I'm very serious about it now, but like, sort of getting my foot in the door in the world of podcasting. And, I'm going to continue this podcast as long as I can, through college and everything like that. But, with the major that I want to do, um, gives me a, gives me a, you know, an extra step, extra practice for me to practice the skills, not only that I'm learning day to day, and by continuing to do this podcast, it gives me the skills to, you know, practice what I learned, of course, when I'm in college. And hopefully I'm doing that major and learning things. It'll give me things to practice there as well. And you know what? Maybe if this takes off after college a little bit too, depending, and we'll see where it takes me, but I haven't gotten that far yet. And of course, it's fun. I love talking about sports. So this is not only a hobby of mine, but it's something that I take very seriously and that I practice there and I use as a practice tool as well. Torrey Craig for three. No good. Rebound, Connaughton. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. 37-25 is the score. You and Landon gave me that idea. Yeah, that's really cool too because John Mark, if you want to pursue a podcast now that you're like in the podcasting world, like Landon's the same as me. Landon and I are both aspiring analysts. That's what we want to do with our lives. So doing things like this helps a lot, gives you experience, gives you practice. So when the time comes, if you want to, you know, get into the realm of broadcasting or take a major like I am in college and do something like that, this is, great practice for that. Holiday for three. He knocks it down. 37-28, 10 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And the other cool thing is that I didn't mention is I also get to do these play-by-plays, which I get to practice as well. So not only do I get to practice doing a structured podcast, a structured show, but I also get to practice doing a play-by-play where I react as things happen. So that's another cool thing is I get to practice multiple things that I'll not only be taught more of in college, but again, what I want to do with my life. Yeah, and that's cool too. Chris Paul for three knocks it down, 40-28. So you want to go into sports, not sure, broadcasting management, and that's the cool thing about the major that I want to do is that it sets you up for multiple things in the sports world. Sports information and media. Yes, it has a lot to do with broadcasting and play by play and radio and podcasting and things like that, and analytics. But it also prepares you and could get you a job in a front office for a sports team, which is really cool because that's something else that I'd be okay with is being in the front office. Like I said, the big dream is to keep this podcast going and to hopefully make money broadcasting and doing podcasts like this and play by plays or something in the broadcasting world. That's the big dream. But what's cool, and for a while there I was looking for a broadcast journalism major, which is and then I started saying to myself, well, that's a really big stretch, that's a big leap of faith to take because it's such a competitive world. So then what I did was I did some more research and I found this sports information and media, which is very very hard to find in some colleges, but I found them. I found that major, and it's more broad. It gives you opportunities for many different jobs in the sports world, not just broadcasting. So if if I try to go big for that dream and go for broadcasting and that doesn't work out, hey, I still can fall back on this degree that I have and maybe get a smaller job working in a front office or something like that for a sports team. So that's ultimately what made me decide on my major as well, is the fact that it's not as much of a leap of faith as it would be, sticking to like broadcasting itself. And, of course, that's the ultimate goal, but it gives me sort of like a cushion in a way. I could end up in a variety of different things. I could end up working public relations for a sports team. I could end up, a front office job doing tickets or something like that. Or, selling merchandise, working for a website, doing something like that. Lots of different options, including the broadcasting realm, which I think is a really, really cool major. And it fits me, perfectly because some that I've always said what you said too, John Mark. Like, of course, my dream is to become a broadcaster, an analyst, but I would be okay doing any job in the sports realm. But I do plan on keeping this podcast going for a long time. Something that I love doing. I love, interacting with people and talking about sports. I met you and Landon just because I wanted to start this podcast. And, I got you guys on as guests. And, I meet some awesome people doing this stuff. John Mark, if you want to hop on and call this with me, you can. I don't know how far along, I don't know how, far back we are in terms of difference in what we're seeing. But if you want to hop on and, react and do a play by play with me, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know and I'll send you the StreamYard link. All right, so we're back. Chris Paul to Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson, top of the key, gets it to Aiton. Aiton on the inside for a layup, no good. Chris Middleton gets it to Drew Holiday. Holiday gets a screen. Bobby Portis for three. Knocks it down. Chris Paul. Mid-range won't go. Middleton gets a screen. Mid-range, knocks it down. I cannot see the scoreboard right now. There's a storm tracker going across my screen. Because there's a severe flash flood warning, it says. Cameron Johnson looking for, offensive rebound by Aiton. Aiton puts it in over Lopez. Suns score again. Booker waiting to come in. Yeah, John Mark, let me know if you want to hop on. I don't know how behind I am to you or vice versa, but I'm sure we can make it work and I can send you a link in the next stoppage if you want, or next commercial break if you want to hop on. Mid-range, no good. Lopez to Drew Holiday. Holiday to Connaughton. Connaughton for three. Knocks it down. I wish I could see the scoreboard. I will tell you the score in a second. Chris Paul gets it to Crowder. Crowder on the inside. Layup is good. 13 points for Jay Crowder. Here we go. Finally, 44-42. 7 minutes left. The Bucks have rallied in this quarter. Holiday gets a screen. And that's a steal by Chris Paul. Paul penetrating on the other end. Cam Johnson for three. Knocks it down. 47-42. Drew Holiday. Penetrating on Chris Paul. Chris Middleton from the outside for three. Knocks it down. They are trading blows right now. And the Bucks have rallied back to get this game close in the second quarter. Paul gets a screen. Guarded by Portis. Paul from the mid-range. He'll get it to go. Drew Holiday. Gets it to Middleton. Middleton gets a screen. Connaughton for three. No good. Rebound Portis. Up. No. Portis gets an offensive rebound. He puts it back in, sticks with it, and gets a foul. He's going to go to the line. All right, Portis at the line. Brings it within two. 49-47, 6 minutes left in the quarter. Paul gets a layup. Ayton. And they're fighting for coverage, and that ball was loose. Picked up by Chris Paul, who gets a screen, goes in, floater. Paul won't get it to go. Rebound, Middleton. Middleton to Giannis. Giannis working on the other end, out to Portis for three. Knocks it down. 50-49. The Bucks have taken the lead, and the Bucks fans back in Milwaukee are going absolutely berserk. 5 minutes left in this quarter, and the Bucks take their first lead of the game. $50-49. Booker working on Tucker. Tucker gets a screen from Ayton. Booker puts it up, and he gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for two. That's a foul on Tucker. The Suns have only put up 12 points in this second quarter compared to the Bucks putting up 29. The Bucks are on a 29-12 run so far in this second quarter. Yes, they do need to learn how to close out. 100%, John Mark. John Mark, do you want to hop on for the second half then? I can get you a link during halftime. Devin Booker, his second shot is good. 51-50. Giannis gets it to PJ Tucker. Giannis and Tucker stepped out of bounds. I believe it was, they said PJ Tucker stepped out of bounds. All right, that's all right, John Mark. No worries. No worries. Yeah, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. And it's going to be Suns possession. Booker on the other end gets a screen from Ayton. Booker. No good. Rebound. Brook Lopez. Lopez to Giannis. Giannis driving on the other end. Holiday gets a screen from Giannis. Holiday out to Middleton. Middleton to Lopez. Guarded by Crowder. Giannis now with the ball. Guarded by Ayton. Giannis back out to Middleton. Middleton drives in. Floater. He'll get it to go. 52-51. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Cameron Payne gets a screen Floater, no good. Back up, and he will put it in 53-52. Going back and forth right now, but this quarter belongs to the Bucks. 4 minutes left. Chris Middleton gets a screen from Giannis. Holiday into Giannis. Bully ball. Giannis puts it up. No good. That's a rebound for the Suns by, I don't know who that was, but they got it to Payne. And Giannis runs over Cameron Payne like a truck. What is going on with Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight? First, the dirty play with Devin Booker. Then he runs over Cameron Payne. Giannis playing a little aggressive tonight. Cameron Payne, on the other end, gets a screen from Ayton, and then a screen from Booker. Creates a lot of space. Payne going on the inside, taking a layup. No good. Rebound. Giannis to Portis. Portis penetrating. I'm sorry, that's Drew Holiday. Holiday to Connaughton. Connaughton for three. No good. Devin Booker, on the other end, gets a screen from Ayton, maybe? No. Booker drives in on Connaughton. Layup is good. 55-52 now. Phoenix increases their lead by 3. 3 minutes to go in the second. And that's going to be a timeout for the Bucks, it looks like. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back after the commercial. All right, I'm back. Off topic, but I love D-Book shoes. I did not notice them. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'll take a look at them when they're back from the commercial break, though. Remember, guys, coming up on halftime, I'm going to take a commercial. I'm going to take a break myself. I should be back for the second half. If I'm not, I do apologize. I am getting a little tired on my end, so I don't know if I want to, well, I'll have to look at the time, too, because I don't know how late this game's going to run. And I do have to get up early tomorrow morning. So, if I do only end up doing the first half, that might happen. If that does happen, I will end the broadcast. I'm sorry, I will end the broadcast probably in the middle of halftime if that does end up being the case. And probably go watch the second half for myself. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call the first half of this game. I'm gonna end it after halftime in a few minutes, and then I'm going to watch the rest of the game. Just because I'm a little tired, I don't want to when I try to do this stuff, I try to bring some energy to it. I'm a little exhausted right now, so you will see the first half. I will be calling the first half, and then We're going to end it there. But I do appreciate everybody hopping on. And again, guys, please stay tuned for more play-by-plays. They're going to be on Facebook Live, either in the Facebook group or right here on YouTube. And of course, please, please, please tune into my podcast weekly on all podcast streaming platforms, Sports Talk with Ryan Stout. Screen. Holiday. Outside to Tucker. Tucker for three. Knocks it down. Ties the game up. Me too, John Mark. I really like that comment. I wish there was like an afternoon finals game. Me too, because, you know, I'm in the Eastern time zone, which John Mark is too. But, you know, a lot of times it gets really late. And especially like, you know, I got to get up early in the morning. So like I'm trying to like keep my eyes open sometimes, sitting here calling the games for you guys because it takes some energy out of me to do this. Rebound, Crowder. Crowder to Booker. Booker to Payne. Booker on top of the key, working on Tucker. The outside. That's Payne for a floater. Knocks it down. Yeah, see, because like, and especially with these professionals that are calling, like Mike Breen, for example, who's calling the game right now. He has the crowd to like hype him up. I feel like if I was there calling the game, which, you know, obviously I'm not. If I was there, it would be like I'd be hyped up. So I'd be like I'd be able to keep my energy high. Cameron Payne working on Giannis. Giannis to Ayton. Ayton throws it down 59-57. This keeps going back and forth. A minute 40 left in the second quarter. Holiday for three. Knocks it down. 60-59. A minute and 20 left. Cam Johnson back to Cam Payne. Horrible shot by Cameron Payne. Now, the Bucks need to take their time right here because the Bucks now have a chance to make it a 2-score game late in the second quarter going into halftime. Middleton, screen to Giannis. Giannis on the inside. No good. It's called a foul. It is called a foul on the Suns. Jrue Holiday's having an underrated performance. He's having an underrated performance the whole playoffs, John Mark. 100%. 100% he's having an underrated performance these whole playoffs. Without a doubt. $51 seconds remaining. You know what, John Mark? If the clock still ticked during free throws, the quarter would be over before Giannis would get both of his free throws off. Yeah, Holiday has 18 points tonight. All right, Giannis' second free throw. The first one was good. Second one is good as well. They are now up 3. Or no, the first one missed. I'm sorry. No. He made both of them. 62-59, 43 seconds left. Paul gets a screen from Ayton. Paul to Booker. Booker gets a screen from Cameron Payne, and Cameron Payne was wide open on the wing. Booker did not kick it out. He took it for himself and missed. Now the Bucks have a shot with 20 seconds left to get the upper hand here and go up 2 scores. Giannis, guarded by Ayton at the top of the key. He's going to get it to Middleton. Middleton off a screen to Giannis. Alley-oop, and it's good. 64-59, 7 seconds left. Milwaukee has a 5-point lead. Milwaukee is probably going nuts right now. 6 seconds left. Three seconds left. They need to get it off. Paul, floater. It's good. And a foul. No foul was called. It's a 3-point game at the half. No foul called. What a way to end the broadcast. Wow. All right. Well, that has been your first half. 64-61 is the score. That's where we're gonna end the broadcast. I decided that I would only do the first half of the game for you guys because I am getting a little tired at the moment. So if you guys enjoyed this, play-by-play, you want to see more, just go ahead and hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel, and of course tune into my podcast, weekly Sports Talk with Ryan Stout. Although it's not going to be this week, it's going to be next week. It's going to be the newest episode. So please tune into that on all podcast streaming platforms. I appreciate the support, and I'm sorry I can only do the first half. I will try and get a full game in. The next play-by-play I'm going to do is actually going to be an MLB game, so that is very, very exciting. Our first MLB play-by-play, and I'm going to try and make it an afternoon game. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the game, and this has been your NBA Finals edition of Sports Talk with Ryan Stout.